People heard rounds. Once cops arrived to the scene, a black male was found. Someone was on a mission to gun him down. He was going to murder him, no matter who was around. But I wish he would have looked up to see who was looking down.
March 20th, 2001, 9:41 p.m. at night.
I remember dozing off, and then at 9 o'clock, I just hear shots fired. Boom, 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 boom. You know, I get up and I look out the window, and then, you know, I see I don't know who the person is, but I see someone being shot. Boom, 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 boom. And, you know, it's crazy, but as a kid, it wasn't, it didn't frighten me because I was used to that.
A car entered the building, and they were asking where somebody lived at. So the mentality in the apartment building of the young men were that we're not gonna lead nobody to their death. If you come around here looking for somebody, you should know where they stay. We're not gonna tell you. So an argument transpired.
After the shots kept going, you know, I kind of just laid back under my sheet. And about 1 minute later, I get back up and I see somebody that fell off a car laying down. Nothing still happens then, you know, because I see the actual event happen, but I'm not sure what's going on.
So I was getting ready, so as I hit the bottom of the stairs, he was like, "Sonya Lee," and I was like, "What?" He was like, "I love you." I was like, "I love you too, I'm gonna call you later." And pretty much that was the last time I spoke to him. And then I got that phone call, and it was life-changing.
I know it was a shooting, so we're walking by it. I still don't know what's going on. We go to my auntie house, and you know, we stayed there through the night.
So I'm sitting in the room, I'm waiting, and I see the doctor come through, and he was telling me we did all we can do, but he didn't make it. So then it came to the point where he said, "I need you to identify the body." And I was like, oh my God, I can't do that. I can't identify the body. Because the first thing I saw was his feet as I entered the room, and you know, they had the tubes because, you know, they tried to save him. And I slowly walked along the side of his body. And it's like this image is in my mind still to this day. And when I got to his eyes, I'm sorry.
I remember she pulled up and she got out the car. Her eyes was bloodshot red. You know, I'm like, what's wrong with my mother? I never seen it like this before. You know, it doesn't even pop in my mind, where's my father?
Every time we went to grandma's house, they would always say, "Mom, Daddy coming?" Because they knew he was coming. So when we went there that night, they were saying, "Mom, is Daddy coming?" And I was like, my heart was just like, how can I tell him Daddy not coming back?
They bring everybody around. My grandma, she pulls me close to her, my father's mother. And she grabs me, she sits me down on the couch. Everybody's standing around, but everybody specifically focusing on me. My grandma says, "Anthon, your father's been shot." I'm like, okay, cool, you know. People get shot all the time. I ask, he's okay? Next few words that come out her mouth. Your father's dead. And life changes from there, you know?
It was tough, trying to keep them all together. I was chasing them, Lord knows I was chasing them. I was on them, I was fighting with them. It was just, I just refused to give up on them, to let them be a victim of statistics of the street.
After that happened, Anthon was like, really like, he was always aggressive after that. He always wanted to fight. He always wanted to take his anger out. Like he wanted to, like, it's like he was almost mad at the world.
I applaud my mom. I really do. You know, I remember my mom, she used to bring home food and make sure we ate before she did, you know, so things really got tough in that aspect, and she was trying to be tough on us, and she was trying to be tough on me.
It was like, you're not spending the night to nobody's house. Okay, what you say, you're not going to nobody's party.
This one night, you know, a friend that I grew up with in a different neighborhood, we haven't seen each other in probably about 2 years.
He wanted to go to a party, and I told him no.
I'm like, no, I want to go. So, you know, I'm mad with her that whole night.
So whatever their mother let them do, that's their business. But as for me in this house, I say no, and that's what it is, no.
I'm mad, I'm angry. I'm 13 at a time. You know, I want to go to a party. She like, no, you're 13, you're not going to no party.
Thank God he didn't go, because that same night, that's little boy they went to the party with got killed.
Like, really? You know, they killed my friend. Like, a 15-year-old shot 15 times.
And I was like, I understand it hurts, but had not I said no, you probably could have been laying in this casket too, next to him.
A light flipped on. You know, my mind was back. I was ready, you know. That anger, I was like, let me do something positive with it. I enrolled into a Mars senior pace. They put me in football. The coaches were excited that I was there, and they definitely wanted to do something with me.
And the head coach, you know, asked me, he said, Coach, I want to move Anthon to running back. You know, I was like, are you sure? He was like, yeah. And I mean, I wasn't expecting the year that Anthon had. He was all over the field.
The transition was pretty much him starting to believe in himself, saying, hey, I can do this. You could see him becoming a leader at that point in time.
Oh, hold on, let me say this. They said we're supposed to go 2-8. We 3-0 right now.
Oh, yeah! I had the ability to make people miss. And then throughout my whole senior year, you know, I caught everybody by surprise. People really didn't know that I was talented.
Just the way he ran the ball with determination, toughness, I mean, vision, everything you looking for in a running back, he had it.
And we always knew that, okay, this is something that he's gonna do and he's gonna go far, because he always, like, he talked about football, he loved football. So we always knew, okay, this is something that he's serious about.
And I remember one football game in particular, I'm looking at the guys, because when they on the field, they look like they this little. But as they walk past me, I'm looking up like, wow. I'm like, Anthon, these some big old boys. He was like, it don't matter how big they are, they got to catch me first.
He lined up at running back and rushed for, you know, 20, 25 times a game, flip over and play corner and intercept the ball and everything else, kickoff return. He was just a dynamic football player. And I was like, why didn't we make this move a year or two ago?
As a leader in the locker room, you could see Anthon being vocal. He had a couple of guys that were around him. Travis, who he had a very good relationship with.
He met Travis at Pace. They were very close, like brothers. To this day, they still like brothers.
Looking at everything we've been through, the struggle, to see both of us at a private school excelling in our grades and excelling on the field, like, yeah, we here.
Matter of fact, around the time I met him, my father was actually incarcerated. And pretty much we shared stories. Pretty much I told him we just grind out our situation because we both struggle.
I just saw two kids that, you know, similar backgrounds, and they connected right away.
You mess with Travis, you mess with me. You mess with me, you mess with Travis. And like when scouts came around, it was just like, we're a package deal.
So we took our visit and we came back home and we both agreed not to commit. So we was like, all right, we ain't gonna commit, we're gonna take some more visits.
The scout came to Travis' home, you know, my mom and everybody else was there. I was still confused about where I wanted to go.
He sat down with us and we was talking over the visit and how things went. And I don't know, I just felt like Bowling Green was home for me. So I said, Coach, you know what, I'm coming. And Anthon looked at his mom.
I'm like, oh, this man here, you know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, we said we're a package deal. Coach, I'm coming too. And from there, it was like, okay, we're going to Bowling Green.
What did it for me is he had an interview, and commentator asked him,
if you could wipe the slate clean and pick one college to go to, your dream college to play for, what would it be?
My dream college, it might not be other people's dream college, but I say Bowling Green because I want to start a tradition of my own.
So you want to make the road, not follow anybody else?
Yeah, everybody want to go to a big college and follow people, but I want to make the road. I want to be that player.
and he did exactly that. He got to Bowling Green, and he broke all kind of records and excelled.
I mean, this is going to sound a little strange, but I mean, you get here, you start, fall camp, and I mean, did you ever think when you got here in August that this would even be a possibility?
When I got here, thinking about freshman of the year, nah. But when I got here, I was ready to work. I was ready to compete.
Actually, he called me, and I never heard of freshman of the year, so I had to look more into it, and I was like, wow, that's a big accomplishment, a big award, and it just took me back to, you set out to do what you said you was going to do.
But we miss him a lot, but we kept in contact. He'll call, and we'll watch his games on the TV. We'll all get together, and when he's playing, Bowling Green's playing, we'll all watch his game on the TV.
Me being in Bowling Green, and while I was still doing these things in Bowling Green, and I was on fire, All-American, I ended up having a son. That was really affecting me, and I guess that caused me to not love the game as much.
The only thing he expressed is that, Coach, I need to come home, and I said, Anthon, if that's what you need to do, you do what's best for you and your family, because at the end of the day, no one can, nobody can know your circumstances other than you.
Even the day when he told me, I didn't believe him. I was like, man, he just playing, He's just going through one of them phases again. And he was the man, He was the man at Bowling Green.
I was like, if I have to raise the baby while you're away till you come back, then that's what I would do, just so you can make it.
As you grow, everybody has their own separate ways to go, and every man has to own up to his own.
I love Bowling Green because I had a son. During my son's first year in life, I only seen him probably 18 days. But it was just like trying to get everybody to understand. Everybody was calling me like, Anthon, stay. You almost there. You can go to the NFL. You can change your family's life. Just stay. And it was just like trying to communicate to everybody, like, I hear what y'all saying, but I'm just not happy.
I asked him to just stay one more year. And it was still every excuse in the book. Then he was like, okay. Then I felt like, okay, he just doing it for me. But he still went ahead and he left.
Many of our students have shown that they are worlds ahead by excelling in and out of the classroom. They've overcome challenges. They've demonstrated.
Going to school, being a father, and playing football is tough.
He had to learn balance. He had to learn balance. He had to learn to put on them many hats to be a father, a ball player, and a student at the same time. But he did it. He did it.
As a child, our Worlds Ahead graduate, Anthon Samuel, suffered a terrible tragedy, but he's channeled his grief into a desire to make a difference.
I think he gives off a great example because a lot of people can look up to him that go through that struggle, because a lot of kids go through that same struggle and they give up. And he's just an example of not giving up.
He's receiving a Bachelor's in Health Services Administration. Anthon, would you please stand and be recognized?
It's a great feeling because you know that you've done your job. It pushes myself as a person to continue to do greater things.
He's a great father, a great brother, a great son, a great role model to almost everyone that's around him, because he never gave up, and even if life knocks him down, he still keep going.
A lot of people cried that day. You talking about a kid who I thought, honestly, that I'd probably be dead before I touched 18.
Just 4 days before his 8th birthday, while looking out the window of his home, Anthon saw his beloved father shot and killed.
Some people use that, the tough situations as a crutch, and you can look at a kid like Anthon Samuels and say, if he can do it, I can do it.
It's like we always want the best for our kids. We don't want to see them fail. We don't want to see them go down the wrong road. but they do sometimes have to go through things to understand and know what it's like.
Anthon, thank you for choosing to excel off the field, just as you has excelled on the field. You are an inspiration. Keep on keeping on. Congratulations.
Look where you came from. Look how many people didn't make it. Look how many people you lost along the way. And you're standing right here. Like, I'm about to do it. You know, me just walking up to that stage, like, this is actually happening. I graduate. I did it. It didn't feel real in that moment. Like I said, I didn't think I'd live to 18, especially being in the neighborhood that I was around, being in Miami, losing so many friends. You know, 1 week this friend died, another month that friend died. I lost a lot of friends growing up. So me to be here on this stage about to receive this great accomplishment and knowing where I came from, it was just, wow. You know, it was something that was amazing, and it's a feeling or a day that I'll never forget in my life.